a very concerning weather pattern that we're going to get into in a very active pattern over the next few weeks. Hello, guys. We haven't been here for a long time, but I will tell you right now, we are looking at some very volatile weather for Sunday and Monday across the central U.S. and eastern U.S. Now, I've been discussing that there will be factors how strong to severe these storms will be. Right now, the SPC Day 5 is hinting at a slight risk from all the way up to New Jersey, all the way down to Florida. So you can just tell how volatile this situation may be and that we may need an enhanced risk for the East Coast, maybe even a moderate. We'll see how that plays out. I'm going to tell you, this storm is going to mean business. So, we are going to dive into that, and we're going to dive into the actual pattern that we're going to be going into. And I'm going to tell you, we could be seeing record-breaking warmth for the East and incredible severe weather chances. So, those two words combined, I'm telling you, it's going to be a real doozy. So, we are going to take a look at what's going to happen. So, starting off here, we're going to get into Saturday, okay? You got a low ejecting from the Rockies. That already tells you something. Pretty powerful low. And this is going to make a first area of showers and thunderstorms. Not the severe threat, though, on Saturday. I mean, there could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but the real action comes after midnight. Exploding showers and thunderstorms start to cover Kansas and Oklahoma, some severe, and I do expect the SPC to upgrade this to a slight risk potentially because of how I'm seeing it right now. I think they should add that slight risk, and we do have a ongoing storm complex. That area of showers and storms moves east. That little round here for the East Coast that we're going to be seeing on Sunday, you could see a couple rumbles of thunder, maybe even a strong storm in there. Couldn't be ruled out. But again, look at that low all the way up to Chicago and down to the south. You're seeing some nasty individual cells. With these individual cells, I will repeat, we will have Boeing segments, but where we're going to have those individual storms, there could be a pretty big tornado threat with this too. So I'll be keeping an eye out on that as well. I mean, look at these both segments once we get to 8 p.m. on Sunday. Holy cow. That is some very volatile weather. Stretching all the way up to Chicago. Literally just whiplashing Indiana. Whiplashing Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Louisiana with some destructive storms with damaging winds for sure. I mean, with the signature like that with the bow, holy. But we get into the overnight hours. Storm complex continues for the south. Now, Monday, huge day. Now, we're going to have the storm complex from the south up to, let's say, Tennessee. North, you're not really seeing anything. Now, you may be saying, what is driving this? Well, you got unseasonably warmth about to come up once sunrise hits on Monday. And now, we're going to be having a question. Is there going to be enough sunshine and enough cape for these storms to explode before Pennsylvania and New Jersey? My answer to that is yes. I think we have a decent chance of that. Now, could there be cloud cover? Yes, I can see that too. However, I warn you, even though we see cloud cover, I think we still see some pretty strong storms. So, we get into Monday morning here around 11 a.m. It's a pretty disorganized line. But I'm going to tell you, this is going to start popping off. Watch by 2 p.m., you already start getting some storms firing off in the western panhandle of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm going to tell you, the East Coast is not going to be influenced by that marine overtime boundary. It is not going to be interfered. Why are we going to be seeing the severe weather increase? In fact, I think the further east you get, the severe weather will increase because of the timing. Now, you see, timing is also another thing, but I think we're going to get the timing before the sun sets. And that's why I think there's a solid chance of severe weather, New Jersey down south, because you're going to have perfect timing, perfect ingredients, unseasonable warmth. This could lead into a big severe weather event for Monday. We get to 5 p.m., 8 p.m., massive line of storms starts to march through New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. This thing really starts to get its act together and goes out to sea. But I am telling you right now, okay, these greens or yellows or reds or whatever you want to call them, listen, those individual cells right there, they're gonna be severe. Even if you see green in general, green does not tell you anything. Green can still be a severe storm. So I want you to keep in mind about that. That's going to be a thing that messes a lot of people up, and they're going to assume a lot. So now we are going to get into what is really driving this. Well, here's the thing. Okay, and I'm going to show you something very, crazy that we're going to see. And first off, we're going to go into the Northeast because one of our factors was that backdoor cold front. So Saturday, you see those temperatures starting to rise, and they get up into the 80s. For some folks, we're going to be hitting 80s in eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and even Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. I'm telling you, it is going to be a hot, humid, incredibly warm afternoon with that west-south wind, southwest wind just cranking up to 30 miles an hour. You're going to see real fuel values approaching 90 for some folks on Saturday. It's insanity what is happening over this weekend. Now, you go a little bit further up north, 50, 40, 30, 20. Yeah, that's that backdoor cold front I'm talking about. And a definition of a backdoor cold front is a front that comes off from, the northeast in Canada and starts to dip south. That's what a backdoor cold front is. Typically, in these spring setups, they don't bring you severe weather. However, if you get something like that in July and August, that could bring like a big time severe weather event. Well, now we're not talking about that because it's too cold. But you can just see the very sharp gradient. Now, this front starts to dip. And by the time we get to 8 p.m., it's really starting to invade. And Sunday, you see a huge temperature contrast. Philly could see 75. New York City could see 50, 40. So I'm telling you, it's going to be where that backdoor cold front decides to go up. Because if it comes in a little later than expected, that might decrease our severe weather threat. Because then that backdoor front has to get pushed up by that warm front. And if it comes in later, that means the warm front is going to be suppressed south from what is forecasted. So that is a huge determination factor what we're going to see. Now, you can just see the very sharp gradient. 73 in Philly, 49 in New York City. That is wild. But again, Monday, the warm front starts to push through. If you take a look at radar, it's going to show you very well. That's the warm front exactly. And you got this very intense line of showers and thunderstorms here. Just take a look. Yeah, you got some pretty powerful cells racing through. So that's why we're going to be seeing severe weather. Now, okay, we're going to get back into the temperatures. Now, we're going to get into Monday morning here. Temperatures start surging into the upper 60s, and they will start peaking at 70, 75 degrees at the peak of the heating. I think this is going to be easily warmer than what they're forecasting, but I'm telling you, these are some pretty nasty temperatures for some storms, and this is some very good storm fuel. And according to the Euro, the warm front reaches all the way up to New York, upstate New York. And that's what they were hinting at the SPC. Now, could I obviously see that dipping a little more south? I think that's a little more reasonable. New Jersey? Listen, I think New Jersey has a solid chance of seeing some strong to severe storms at the very least on Monday afternoon. Peak of daytime heating, and if you get enough sunshine and destabilization, we're game on for severe weather. Now, when that front comes through, look at that clash of temperatures. Oh my goodness. And then you're going to be seeing 20s and 30s invade the next day. So it's looking very similar, very eerily similar to that April 1st, 2023 tornado outbreak we had. If you get any discrete cells from that, you could get an easily tornado-warned storm. We're going to have to see how that plays out. But according to thermodynamics, you definitely have a lot. In terms of the dew point here, wait, I just want to take a look at the 2-meter dew point here. Yeah, you definitely got sufficient amount of energy. This is up mid to upper 60 dew points. Holy, yeah, 62. There's definitely enough dew point energy for that. So we're definitely going to be seeing some pretty gnarly weather for Monday. And if you even want to fight with me, we're going to take a look at the height and wind. So this is going to be around 8 p.m. Yep, you definitely have some wind energy. You definitely have some wind energy overlapping with these storms, and that could mean a tornado threat. Oh my goodness, man. This is quite a nasty threat, though. Very, very concerning. Let's go switch over to the radar again. I don't want to be over-exaggerated, but I think New Jersey South has a very legitimate threat of seeing some powerful storms on Monday. That goes through, and another one pops up. And let's go back to the 12Z here to get a better depiction. Look at that nasty severe weather outbreak for the central U.S. again. April 3rd. I'm telling you, we're going to be entering an extremely volatile pattern early April. These storm clusters continue all the way to the east. And look at here. We have another severe weather threat for the east. This is concerning. Not as much, but again, don't underplay this. Even though you're seeing not that much in the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, I'm telling you, do not underplay this, because what is showing up right now is absolute insanity over the central U.S., and could we be seeing another tornado outbreak? I think we could. And we're just going to need to see how the heck this evolves. But looking like a very concerning pattern right now. In terms of the 500 millibar height anomaly, and you're going to take a look here. You got this very aggressive ridge really building in for Saturday and Sunday. And that's that little piece of energy right there, that's going to be responsible for all the severe weather. And by the time we get into Monday, that's your piece of energy that's causing all the trouble. That little blue bob is doing all the trouble. So you definitely got support here. Just look at this by April 2nd and April 3rd. Very aggressive looking pieces of energy. Very sharp ridge into the Northeast. That is going to cause yet another severe weather outbreak, I think. And these pieces of energy, bro, I am concerned about quite the storms in early April. And listen, after the 7th, I will be talking about how it could get cold enough for some folks to see some wintry weather. Even to New York City, could we see a couple snow showers? Maybe even an inch of snow. That's not out of the question. But again, we have to get past the extremely above average temperatures that's coming this weekend and giving you that severe weather for Monday. We're going to be talking about what happens next, but I think we're going to be dealing with another prolific severe weather outbreak. And then after that, maybe a snow chance will exist. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Thursday evening? Yeah, Thursday. Oh my God, this week went by fast. So have a great rest of your Thursday evening, and I'll see you guys all probably tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Just for the sheer sake, I'm going to show you the SPC outlook. Here is your day 4 risk for Dallas, Indianapolis, Columbus, Memphis, and Nashville. Very expensive slight risk. There's definitely going to be an enhanced risk in there. Day 5, this all shifts to the East Coast, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Charlotte, and all the way down to Jacksonville. And again, where that warm front sets up and where are we going to see that backdoor cold front and how much sunshine we're going to get and destabilization for Monday is going to tell you everything about the severe weather. So we're going to start seeing some of these models coming in for the day 3 outlook. And we're going to be taking a look at those tomorrow. And after the day after tomorrow, we're going to start really zoning in on the East Coast threat. And at that point, I think we could be upgraded to an enhanced risk. That is a possibility. And I think the slight risk will definitely shift up north. I definitely do think that. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, stay safe out there.